Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Budrayet Nashtaprayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Makam Karati Vajavam Pangam Langaite Kirim Mathurapatvam Maham Vande Shri Guru Dinataram Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, text number 53 to 54. If any devotee is ready, you can repeat after. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha
Shri Bhagavanuvacha
Brahma Bandhurna Hantavya
Brahmabandhurna Hantavya
Atataye Vadaranaha
Atatai Vadarhanaha
Mayaivo Bhayam Amnatam
Mayaivo Bhayam Amnatam
Paripahi Anushashanam
Paripahi Anushasanam
Kuru Pratishrutam Satyam
Kuru Pratishrutam Satyam
Yattat Santavyata Priyam
Yattat Santavyata Priyam
Priyam Cha Bhimasenasya
Priyam Cha Bhimasenasya
Panchalyamahyameva Cha.
Panchalyamahyameva cha. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Word meaning, translation, and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Uvacha said, Brahma Bandhu, the relative of a Brahmana, not Hantavya, to be killed. Atatayi, the aggressor, Vada Aranaha is due to be killed. Maya, by me, Eva, certainly. Ubhayam, both. Amnatam, described according to the rules of the authority. Paripahi, carry out. Anushashanam, rulings. Kuru, abide by. Pratishrutam, as promised by Satyam, truth. Yattat, that which. Santavyata, while pacifying Priyam, dear wife. Priyam, satisfaction. Cha, also Bhimasena. Sya, of Sri Bhimasena, Panchalya, of Draupadi, Mahyam, unto me also, Yeva, certainly, Cha, and. Translation. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna said, a friend of a Brahmana is not to be killed, but if he is an aggressor, he must be killed. All these rulings are there in the scriptures, and you should act accordingly. You have to fulfill your promise to your wife, and you must also act to the satisfaction of Bhimasena and me. Purport. Arjuna was perplexed because Ashwatthama was to be killed, as well as spared according to different scriptures cited by different persons, as a Brahmabandhu, or a worthless son of a Brahmana. Ashwatthama was not to be killed, but he was at the same time an aggressor also, and according to the rulings of Manu, an aggressor, even though he be a Brahmana, and what to speak of an unworthy son of a Brahmana, is to be killed. Dronacharya was certainly a Brahmana in the true sense of the term, but because he stood in the battlefield, he was killed. But although Ashwatthama was an aggressor, he stood without any fighting weapons. The ruling is that an aggressor, when he is without weapon or chariot, cannot be killed. All these were certainly perplexities. Besides that, Arjuna had to keep the promise he had made before Draupadi just to pacify her. And he also had to satisfy both Bhima and Krishna, who advised killing him. This dilemma was present before Arjuna, and the solution was awarded by Krishna. Om Tat Sat Vam Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshmarunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapatakabalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Cha Vishakhanvitam Cha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostume Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees. This is a wonderful words, and as you know, the conversation has been going on among the Pandavas, and who has to be killed, who has to be spared, and how to do that. Something it's like a confusion for Arjuna, and now Ashwatthama being brought by Arjuna, he was brought in front of his wife Panchali, and now what is the decision to be taken? So the Supreme Lord says, Sri Bhagavan Brahmacha, Brahma Bandhu na hantavya. The Lord is saying whether he is a Brahmana or a Brahma Bandhu, he is not supposed to be killed. Then he also says, Atatai vadaranaha mayaiva bhoyam amnatam paripahi anushashanam. Again, you have to follow the scriptures. Without following scriptures, you cannot able to protect like that. The personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna said, a friend of a Brahmana is not to be killed. But if he is an aggressor, he must be killed. This is somewhat a confusion. You need to kill him at the same time, not to be killed. I can also say one example like Ambarish Maharaj, he also broke his fast. And because there was money was taking bath along with his disciples. And he, with his Duradrushti, he would able to see what is going on there in the palace. And Ambarish Maharaj, he was advised by many Brahmanas, and he wanted to break his fasting by taking a drop of water into the mouth. Taking a drop of water is breaking the fast. Also, it is as good as not breaking the fast also. So in the same lines, Arjuna has to perform. That was the wish of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That was advised. In the previous words, I think yesterday Vrajnath Prabhu was nicely explaining. Nishamya Bhima Gaditam Draupadasya cha Chaturbhujaha. Now the Lord is saying at the end of the verse it is mentioned, Alokya Vadanam Sakyur Idam Aha Hasam Iva. The Lord is saying Hasam. Hasam means with a small smile, the Supreme Lord, he began to speak. The Bhagwan Vaja hasn't started, but here the Lord, before he actually spoke, he didn't want to put Arjuna in any confusion or dilemma, but he had a small smile on his face. And this can able to clear the doubt of Arjuna. So, when Arjuna was perplexed about what to do with Ashwatthama, Lord Sri Krishna, as the very dear friend of Arjuna, voluntarily took up the matter just to make a solution. Because Krishna is the ocean of solutions. If there are oceans of problems out there, Krishna is the ocean of solutions also. So he just want to interfere in the conversation and he want to make a solution. And the Supreme Lord, he was also smiling. So the smiling gives all perfection and all solutions for Arjuna. Now, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, and Arjuna was perplexed because Ashwatthama was to be killed as well as spared. How is this? Because Draupadi, before after hearing the death of the 5 children, and Pandavas were completely, upset and they were disturbed and they were morose. Now they want to take a revenge also. And immediately so many promises came up. And Arjuna said that I'm going to kill this fellow at any cost and I will bring you his head. It was a promise made by Arjuna. But the Supreme Lord here, after being brought the Shashvatama, the Supreme Lord says, you need to kill him and not kill him, and in the confused state. But Lord Smile is the solution for everybody and for everything also. So in one sense, we can say, if we go to a hotel and we order a menu, say you want you have a masala dosa, then you tell the cook saying that it should not be very spicy, but at the same time it should be little spicy, and there should not be too much salt, but add moderate salt, and it should not be too roasted, or it should not be very dull also. You need to make masala dosa in this way, and don't forget to put the stuff inside, and that inside stuff should not cause disturbance for my stomach. In this way, if you instruct the cook, and he will be totally confused, and he does not know actually what do you wanted, and this is a confused state. And I keep hearing many Matajis also, when they go to tailor, they also give their blouse or jacket, and they give a lot of instructions. It should be like this, and backside should be uh, of something like that. And they give so many instructions. The tailor would say, yes, 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 I will do, yes, yes, like that only I will do. Then at the end, our Matajis may say, overall, that should come so wonderful finishing like that. And Tyler would say, yes, yes, yes. But whatever Tyler does, he does in the same way. So why am I giving this analogy? Here, Pandava, Draupadi and Bhimsena, they have one single understanding when killing comes, like, Duryodhana, yeah, he must be killed. Dusyasana, yes, he must be killed. Then another fellow who was the Kichak. Kichak, yes, he must be killed because he insulted you. And in this way, Draupadi and Bhimsena, they have single opinion. But when come to Ashwatthama, they have a different opinion, different understanding. So since he was a Brahma Bandhu, um, Draupadi, says he is a son of our Acharya, he is not supposed to be killed. And whereas Bhimsena says, no, no, this fella has to be killed at any cost. Now the Supreme Lord interferes here and he says that you have to kill him, at the same time you are not supposed to kill him. In this way, Lord is giving various solutions also here, but the solution not an ordinary person can understand, because Arjuna is very dear to Krishna, and he is always remembering Krishna, and he can easily find out the gestures and uh, meaning and his words, dealings, everything Arjuna can come to know very easily. Now, in the next verse, the solution is being given. I'm not going to the next words. And here, what we are supposed to really understand means Krishna is the solution for all our problems. Because if anybody chants the holy name of the Lord and remembers Krishna in his heart, and all the solutions have been provided. But at the same time, we want to whimsically act on our own, and it is very difficult. For example, scriptures are very important. Here also, the purport Prabhupada mentions that according to Manusamhita, correct. So in Bhagavad Gita 16:23, it is mentioned that Yasyastra vidyam ustijya vartate kamakarata nasha siddhim avapnoti nashukam na param gatim. What does it mean? So he who discards scriptural injections and acts according to his own whims, and that person, he neither attains the perfection, nor happiness, nor supreme destination. Nasa siddhim avapnoti na shukam na param gatim. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada very nicely gives, as described before, the Shastra Vidhi or the direction of the Shastras is given to the different castes and orders of human society. Everyone is expected to follow these rules and regulations. For this reason, Krishna is also insisting Arjuna that you need to take a decision so that you need to satisfy all the Pandavas, because Bhimasena wanted to kill Ashwatthama, but Draupadi does not want to kill him because he is the son of an Acharya. Either he is a Brahmana or a Brahmabandhu. In either case, we are not supposed to kill. So this is the wonderful quality of a Vaishnava. Like though they have the authority, though the dharma is favoring them, and they are not killing. You see what a wonderful decision they have taken. So in this way, the Supreme Lord has given them a lot of solutions, not only in this situation, in during their exile in the to the forest, and also when they were in the troubles. In so many occasions, the Supreme Lord Krishna was with them, and he also gave a lot of personal instructions, and finally, they made them, wonderful devotees. In our life also, we are supposed to follow the instructions of Krishna just by reading and hearing from the bona fide authorities. And we should chant the holy name of the Lord, follow the four regulator principles. Then we can become a sophisticated or civilized and a wonderful devotee of the Lord. So here, Dronacharya was certainly a Brahmana in the true sense of the term, but because he stood on the other side of Kaurava Pandavas, and he had been killed. Not only he, almost all the Kauravas have been killed because they did not follow the scriptures. In the sense, they disturbed, Draupadi in the assembly, and they gave a lot of troubles for all the Pandavas. And finally, they have been, vanquished. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata achyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srujami aham. The Lord, descends himself. Paritranaya sadhunam. This sadhu means those who chant the holy name of the Lord and who follow the rules and regulations according to the scriptures. So, coming to the conclusion, but although Ashwatthama was an aggressor, he stood without any fighting weapons. So, this is as per the scriptures. If anybody is weaponless, or if anybody is fearful, or if anybody is falling at the feet of the other party, and being a Kshatriya, this Kshatriya person is not supposed to kill him, but he can pardon him. He can forgive him also. That is the another Kshatriya's quality. Okay, so all these were certainly perplexities, like how to kill him, how not to kill him, and how to make a proper balance and common understanding among the Pandavas is a very difficult task for Arjuna. Now, Arjuna is the main karta here, and whatever he does, it has to be a great example for the whole world. Now, you see, for the this Dwapar Yuga over around 5,500 and 500 years ago. Now, the characters, of course, we have seen in the Mahabharata TV serial by Chopra. That was very nice. So many episodes we had been watching and watching. It went on years and years, and later also it had been telecast. So the point of understanding is the dharma, the etiquette, the Pandavas, kept it. It became a role model for all the Vaishnavas. And because Ashwatthama was not killed, that is also another quality of Pandavas. They did not, kill. And Draupadi and Kunti Maharani and so exalted devotees of the Supreme Lord Krishna, how even Kunti Maharani, maybe in the next chapter we are going to know how she prays, There's exalted prayers are there. And she invites more and more problems in her life. But when problem comes to us, we are suffering a lot, and we don't want any suffering. So we always want to be, want enjoying this material world. But Kunti Maharani, she always prays, give me troubles, problems, impediments, and she takes all of them as opportunity to remember Krishna. So in this way, Arjuna is going to do something. We will come to know in the next words. Okay, so anybody has got a dilemma, and you can chant the holy name of the Lord and pray for Guru and Krishna. All these dilemmas, confusions will be cleared just by taking shelter. So in this way, we can also in our daily life find so many solutions for our problems. So we need to immediately approach the spiritual master or his representatives. In this way, our problems also can be mitigated. Thank you very much. Chandra Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions or if you want to add something, you are welcome. Hare Krishna.